Welcome to the Writing Picture Books lesson on creating vivid settings. Where your story takes place is just as important as the characters who live in it. And today I'm going to guide you through everything you need to know on developing memorable, vivid settings in your storybooks. I want to encourage you to start at the beginning of this playlist and go in order step by step, learning each lesson and beginning to apply it to your work. I really believe in doing, not just listening or watching. So that's why I've designed an extra resource, a downloadable, printable workbook called Picture Book Writing Exercises. This workbook is an affordable, printable download that you can find at the links below. You can print it out and have it ready for the class. Every single exercise in the book corresponds to the free video here that you'll find on YouTube. Let's get on with the lesson. Welcome to the lesson where we're going to continue to master world building and develop vivid settings. This is very similar to our lesson in character development, but at this time we're going to think more about the character's environment. And I just want to offer you some tips and insight on how to really build out the world and the setting in that beginning part of your book that we call the intro. As mentioned in the last lesson, you might feel like this is a lot for just writing such a simple, low word count book, but I do encourage authors and writers to really craft out a much larger portion of the character's world so that you know their environment intimately in a way that no one else will. You know the ins and the outs of the character's inner world and outer world. So let's look at the basics of world building. Creating a vivid setting involves considering various elements that contribute to the environment where your story unfolds. Here are the key aspects to consider, and I just want to say that a lot of what I'm challenging you to consider and create is more for your benefit as the storyteller. It's not necessarily information that is all going to land inside the final manuscript. So what I want you to consider right now is for the larger picture of your creative world building. The physical environment. Describe the geography, climate, and landscape of your story's settings. Is it a bustling city, a tranquil forest, or an underwater kingdom? Cultural elements. Consider the culture, traditions, and social norms that define the setting. What are the local customs, languages, and rituals? Time period. Determine the time period in which your story takes place. Is it set in the past, present, or future? Does it take place in a fantastical era or a historical one? Architecture and infrastructure. Describe the buildings, roads, and other infrastructure. Are there towering castles, cozy cottages, or futuristic skyscrapers? Flora and fauna. Include details about the plants and animals that inhabit the setting. Are there miraculous creatures, talking animals, or unique plants? Technology and miracles. Consider the technology or presence of unseen miracles in your world. How does this affect daily life and the story's events? Now I want to give you some strategies for creating your vivid settings. Use sensory details. Engage the senses by describing what the characters see, hear, smell, taste, and touch. This makes the setting more tangible and immersive. Hey there, just a quick intermission from today's lesson. Are you loving the lesson so far? If so, give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget that I have an extra companion to this class called Picture Book Writing Exercises. Every activity inside of this affordable, downloadable printable corresponds to a lesson here on this playlist to get you from just watching to doing. This is how we're going to really transform our skills together. So find that link below. Let's get on with the lesson. Create a map. Draw a map of your world that helps you visualize the layout and geography. This also helps maintain consistency in your descriptions. Incorporate history and lore. Add depth to your setting by including historical events, legends, and myths that shape your world. Develop unique locations. Create distinctive locations that stand out and are memorable to your readers. Each location should have its own character and atmosphere. Show, don't tell. Remember that instead of simply telling the reader about the setting, the illustrator, whether that's you or someone else, will show it through the character's interactions with their environment. Use metaphors. Enhance descriptions by using metaphors to create vivid imagery. For example, the mountains rose like giants, their peaks piercing the sky. Integrate setting with plot. Ensure that the setting influences the plot and the character's actions. The environment should be an active part of the story. Now, here are a few things to avoid when world building. Too many details. Avoid overwhelming readers with too much information at once. Introduce details gradually as the story progresses. And this is just to reiterate that yes, you are going to build out so much to your character and settings that is for your information. But when it comes to writing the actual story, you're going to limit and give your readers small doses of information, and you're going to use the illustrations to show the readers the setting and the mood. Inconsistent descriptions. Ensure that the details of your setting remain consistent throughout the whole story. In closing, I want to give you some of my personal guidance of what I've learned about vivid setting development. One of the best things I can tell you is to visualize and to let your imagination wander and immerse yourself in that world that you're imagining. What would it be like? And then develop it from what you hope to see and what you would dream for that world to be like. And to let it be okay that your imagination plays. I'm thinking now about a world that I've built called Mushyville. Mushyville is featured over on a YouTube channel called MJ and Missy May, who features a character that I've developed for a reoccurring children's YouTube program. And I have a world there called Mushyville, which is an adorable, imaginative land of mushroom houses. And Mushyville has really come into existence through me visualizing and imagining what would it really be like to live in a mushroom house? What would it be like to look out my window and wave to other critters living in a mushroom house? And I've allowed that world to develop over time, but also through playful imagination and immersing myself in the world of play. And so I encourage you to allow yourself to do the same. Long before Mushyville even became a YouTube show, it was just scribbles and sort of development concepts on my storyboards and little notes in my phone. And then over time and development, it's become something very fruitful and special for kids to see on YouTube. And that's rewarding. But just always remember that as you're developing, this is a creative outlet for you and a way for you to have a lot of fun and play. Thank you so much for learning with me today here in Writing Picture Books. If you enjoyed this lesson, please give it the thumbs up here on YouTube, share it with a friend, spread the word that there is this kind of educational material for those who dream of writing picture books. Find the links below for the printable companion, the exercises that get you doing, not just watching and listening, but doing is where the real transformation happens. And I can't wait for you to join with me in these exercises and really begin to practice your picture book writing skills. If you're looking for encouragement, accountability, or a space to just grow your skills as a picture book creator, then make sure to subscribe and hit the bell here on the Picture Book Creators channel, because every week I create a video to help support your journey. And YouTube has a feature called Community that I'll be using to inspire you. Make sure to check out all my other helpful videos and do the lessons on this playlist in sequential order so that you can get the most out of them. Until next time, picture book creators, happy writing.